Sweet. Let's get it going.
Caleb, you've been on the other end of these a lot this year. How do you describe just kind of your feeling after that final play?
Yeah. It's frustrating, obviously. You don't want to lose a game ever. And then also just being in that position and having a shot at the end is all you can ask for in those moments. But we got to do a better job overall, just execution. We made too many mistakes as a team, whether it's penalties, whether it's alignments, whether it's assignments, things like that. We'll go back, we'll figure it out. We'll be truth tellers to ourselves because we got a great shot at the end of the season to put ourselves in a good spot, but also to get back on a roll and get back on a run here through the playoffs, and that's what you're focused on. You want to go back and figure out why what happened today is what happened, and like I said, be truth tellers to us as a team, and that'll better us for what's up to come.
Your eyes, can you take us through the final play? Obviously, pressure came early, but what you saw.
Yeah, we ended up getting lined up with not much time, and we were slightly lined up wrong, and so didn't have enough time to be able to fix it, having emotion and things like that, and so we just had to try and make something out of nothing in that situation. And then, like I said, we had a shot. With all of that going on, time running down, us missing line and things like that, we had a shot. And, just got to give my guys a shot in that situation. I think I haven't obviously gone back and watched it yet, but I think I ended up dirting the ball, didn't get my legs into it. Just put the ball in the end zone in that moment. And if it's a pick or incomplete at that point, then but can't dirt the ball.
These last 2 weeks, primetime games, high stakes, playing against playoff opponents. Mm-hmm. You guys are right there with both of them. Win one, lose the other. What do you feel like you guys have proven? I know you have a lot of confidence in the building, but what have you shown everybody else?
We know who we are. We know exactly what we need to be able to do to win games. And if it comes down to it, we know that we're going to give ourselves the best shot to be able to do it. And that's something that we've known. That's something that we've worked on. It's something that the confidence from all the work and things like that throughout the time, the games that we've had, has grown for these type of moments. And so, we fall short in this situation, but we've been on the other side of it, and we know, we can be a lot better here coming up.
What does it show about the offense, or what does it prove about the offense? And you guys kept coming back. I think you tied it at 14, 21, 28, 35. Every time they scored, you did.
Yeah. We can hang with anybody. And if our guys on the other side of the ball, maybe is having a tough day or so, we'll be right there with them, having their back, just as they've done for us in a multitude of games.
When the hook and ladder didn't go into the end zone, did it kind of put pressure on you guys, given the time situation?
No, because actually, it was a situation that we've worked. The play before, I ended up throwing it out of bounds, and so if I ended up completing it, we would have done, we would have done the same thing. And so, if I completed inbounds, we would have done the same thing. And so, we were going for it, and that's who we are. That's how. Coach likes to call it. That's how I like to play. We go for it, and we go for the win. And whatever kind of play it is, whatever case may be, that's how we play. And we're going to keep playing that way.
Caleb, the free play touchdown to Colston.
Yeah.
Can you just take us through your perspective of that one coming together?
Yeah. It's something Coach added in, I think, last night on that play. A hard count to try and get these guys to jump off sides. And, the guys did a great job with that, with the acting in that sense of the shift we had and getting set and, pointing, and then from there, the guys jumped off sides. Drew did a great job. O-line did a great job. A lot of times that situation stuns the D-line, and it did there, and it gave me a ample amount of time. And so, in those moments, you got the flag. At that point, it's give the guys a shot.
If you were watching this game on TV like other NFL players were, how would you describe this whole game, the way you guys, both teams, were scoring like this?
Yeah. I think we've proven who we are. We'll fight. And, I think we're a team to be reckoned with. And so I'm I'm excited for this next game. I'm excited to go back and watch this film and figure out how we can better, how we can put up more points, how we can be more efficient maybe on offense for moments like this, because we may see this team again, and and we may see other offenses again that that are very similar and things like that. And so, like I said, I'm excited for what's to come in that sense. And so, like I said, we're a team that's going to fight, and I think we've proven that.
Caleb,
It may be obvious, but for you guys, how far you've come, that you can score this many points on the road against a good team and be as frustrated as you are. Does that kind of just show where this team has come in the last year?
Yeah, I would say so. We know what type of team we are. We know who we are. We know that all these ball games we can, we got a real shot to win these. And so the frustration comes from us shooting ourselves in the foot, whether it's alignments, like I said, whether it's alignments, whether it's penalties, whether it's assignment, things like that, and being able just to focus for. We don't have, let's put it this way, we don't have bullets to waste, and you only get 70 or so plays and things like that, and so you don't want to go waste one of those. And so, like I said, we'll go back and look at this tape and find out why and what, and so we can get back on that roll and get back on the run.
Luther seemed particularly frustrated, even on a career night. What did you see from him tonight, particularly on that last series?
Yeah, it's good to have Luther back. Let's put it that way. Getting the ball in his hands, as he said before, it's a problem when you get the ball in his hands. And so just giving him a shot, let him go make plays, and get the ball, give him the best runner ball that I can, so that he can go and be explosive and be the player that he is, and why we drafted him here.
You guys finish against the Lions, you'll need to win that to hold the number 2 seed.
Mm-hmm.
How important is as much home field as you could possibly get?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the percentages, but your chances of winning a game, high-stakes games, or just overall throughout the season when you're at home is higher than when you're away. And so, we always want to try and give ourselves the best chances, obviously on the football field, but also, just being able to put ourselves in the best positions of being home instead of being away and things like that. So we'll get ready for this game. Just how we get ready for any game, and we want to bring it to them, and it's going to be a good game.
Caleb, on the lateral play, did you guys get the coverage you were looking for, and what did they do to kind of prevent DeAndre from getting the corner?
Yeah, the corner actually fell off, and we thought he was actually going to attach a little bit more than he did, and so we thought Swift was going to be able to get around the edge, and the corner ended up sloughing off, and they made a great play. DeAndre got as much as he could, got down, and we ended up clocking and had the last play.
What caused the rush on the last play that you said where you were getting a little bit late and couldn't get the motion in?
We ended up getting the motion. We got the play a little later than we usually do, and then from there we end up. I guess the guys didn't hear me in the huddle, and so I got to do a better job. In those moments of yelling or whatever the case may be, making sure everybody hears me, and then from there, the guys got to get lined up. We got to get lined up, and if the guys are wrong, I got to be able to fix them. And the clock was an issue in that moment, so I couldn't necessarily get the guys situated, but sent the motion. Like I said, we had a shot at the end, and didn't put the ball in the end zone for the guys.
Yeah, what was it like this morning when you wake up, you find out DJ and OZ are questionable, Darnell's on a plane, just going through everything that happened this week, and then you wake up this morning. How did you kind of manage all that?
Yeah, one, it's next man up, and I believe in the guys. Obviously, we want our guys out there that we've been working with and things like that, but it's next man up, and then my mentality is. It doesn't necessarily matter who's out there. We got to still go win a ball game. And so if I need to put more on myself or anything like that, that's fine. And then obviously being able to have DJ and being able to have Darnell was huge for us and, for today. Awesome. The Bears.